Hey, this is Erica Holston, and I am a certified dating and relationship coach. I am so excited to be here with you today. I help single women to stop wasting their time, for them to attract the right type of men, and create a dating plan that works for them. That's right. I help you to create a dating plan that works for you. So, before I get into it, I would like for you to hit the subscribe button when I go live or when I have other videos about dating or relationships. I want to make sure that you do not miss out. Let's go ahead and get started. Today, we are going to talk about three top qualities to look for in a man. I know that I help so many single women when it comes to discovering what should they look for in a guy, because sometimes it can just be hard to tell those things. And you may want a guy who is funny, you may want a guy who takes care of his family, you may want a guy who is financially stable. You may want a guy who makes you laugh. And those are great qualities to look for in a man. But when it comes to the beginning of your dating process, I want you to think about these three qualities in a different way for you to know if a man is a good fit for you, so you can take the guesswork out of it, so you can be more sure and you can have clarity like, should I move forward with this guy? Does he seem like he would be someone that I can grow with in the future? Or is he Mr. Right? So let's go ahead, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So, my number one quality to look for in a guy is he honest with you? So, let's be real. Men can lie about, if they're dating someone else. Men can lie about the type of job that they have. Men can lie about so many different things, and it can be hard for us as ladies to actually trust a guy. And this is one of the reasons why I selected honesty as the number one quality. And it's for a good reason, because you may have experienced a heartbreak. You may have experienced being cheated on. You may have experienced so many other different things. And honesty is one of the core top qualities to look for in a guy. So when it comes to getting to know a guy in the beginning of your process, I want you to be really intentional about listening to him. Meaning, is he doing what he says that he's doing? Is he going to the places that he says that he's going to? Are the promises or the things he's telling you, are they honest? And if they are, that would be a good quality to look for in a guy. And kudos to you if you're dating a man right now who is being honest with you, because if he's being honest with you, chances are that he would be a good fit to grow with in the future. And if you're a woman and you're saying to yourself, Erica, I want to have a man, a good man, for us to be in a committed relationship or for us to be married. And if these are some of the things that you are looking forward to, like, you definitely need a guy who is honest with you. And if he is consistent, I mean, that is one of the number one things for to look for in honesty, is if he is consistent, because consistency actually shows you actions. Consistency actually shows you a pattern over time, like, hey, I think that this guy is a good catch, and honesty is part of our dating experience, and it is so wonderful. And if you are able to experience this now, I'm so happy for you, girl, because I know how difficult it can be, especially when you have experienced a heartbreak. I know what it's like when you have experienced someone lying to you and so many other different things. So, my number two tip is you should want a man who is goal oriented, because let's be real, failing to plan is planning to fail. You want a guy who knows where he is going. You want a guy who can actually get in the car and drive his car and tell you where he is going in his career. You want a guy to tell you what type of family he wants or what kind of family he has now. And if you're a woman and you want to marry a guy who wants kids in the future, well, as far as like being goal oriented, he possibly would want to have one or two kids. And that would be something definitely that you would want to talk about in the beginning, not like on a first date, like how many kids do you want to have, if you want to get married, like not like that, but in the sense of as time goes on and as you're having these wonderful conversations, as you're connecting with each other, that you should actually talk about the goals that you have. Not only the goals that you have, but the goals that he has. Because again, failing to plan is planning to fail. So if he doesn't have any ambition, if he doesn't know where he wants to go with his life, if he doesn't have any receipts, you better believe is that, that could be a man who doesn't have any direction. And if he doesn't have any direction for his life, how can you expect for him to have a direction as to where you guys will be going? Because if you are a woman and you're looking for love, if you're looking for a husband, if you're looking for someone to be committed to, that you definitely need to have a guy who is goal oriented and who knows where he is going, because this is so important. I know for myself, when I was dating, that I actually dated a guy who didn't have any goals, who didn't have any ambitions. And for me, I am a woman where I know where I'm going. I know the places that I want to go. I know the things that I want to accomplish. And when we would basically talk over the phone or we would go out on dates, like we really didn't have that connection. And that was like on my top dating list is he has to be goal oriented. And girl, I know that you want someone who has a good head on his shoulders. You want someone who is goal oriented. You want someone who has a vision. You want someone who knows how to plan. And if he knows how to plan, that is going to help make things easier for you. And if it makes things easier for you, that you two together will be able to have a team if it should go in that direction, if things should develop in that direction. And you're going to have so much fun, and it's going to create less stress for you, because dating can be stressful enough. And even though it could be stressful enough, you want somebody who can actually help you move forward in the right direction. And you got this, girl. So number three is that you want a guy who is compassionate. One of the number one issues that I hear from ladies is, I'm dating a guy and I don't know if he knows who he is, or I'm dating a guy and he just seems like someone who is mean. And if you want to date a guy who is compassionate and who loves himself, the love that he has for himself, he'll be able to give you the love. And as he gives you the love, that the two of you together can actually connect. And if you're able to connect, who knows how things can develop. So if a guy doesn't love himself, how can you expect for him to love you? How can you expect for him to be sweet towards you? How can you expect for him to be romantic or to sweep you off your feet? How can you expect for a man to do those things if he doesn't have love, if he doesn't have God, or if he's not a compassionate person? So, those are my three top qualities to look for in a man when it comes to dating. And again, in summary, is that you want a man who is honest. You want a man who is goal oriented, and you want a man who is compassionate. With all those three qualities, that is going to help you to know if he is a good fit for you, and if this would be on the top of your dating list. The next thing you know is that, as you're talking and you're connecting with each other, meaning conversations or having outings or having FaceTimes together, that if you're able to tell these three things in the beginning, that you guys can move from phase one to phase two. And I believe that there are about 6 phases between dating and relationships before you actually get to the relationship part. So I want you to actually see if a guy who wants to date you or who wants to pursue after you, if he is being honest with you. Because, girl, let's be real, you don't want a man who is lying to you. You don't want a man who you cannot trust. You want a man who is truthful and honest and who wants what's best for you. Because if he wants what's best for you, chances are he wants what's best for himself. Again, if a man is goal oriented, let's say, that he has a plan. If he has a plan for himself, that he would likely have a plan for you, and he will know the direction that he wants to go with you. So when you ask him the question of, so what kind of dates do you want to have, or what kind of dating journey do you want to have, or what is your goal for dating, that he will know exactly how to respond to you. Then, tip number three, again, being compassionate. You need a man who loves himself. If he loves himself, he'll be able to love you. He'll be able to be romantic to you, and he'll be the person and the man that you need him to be, especially if you want a committed relationship, especially if you want to be married. So I hope these tips actually helped you just to think about things a little bit differently. And if it helps you to think about things a little bit differently, that if you know these things in the beginning, especially within the first 30 days, to see if he is these things. And if you're able to know these things a little bit sooner, that it is going to help things so much easier for you. It's going to help reduce the stress level for you, and it's going to help you to not to have to put so much work in the dating process, because there is no point in putting so much work in the dating process and he's not doing any work. And especially for men need to pursue after you. And if he wants to pursue after you, you better believe he is going to have these three top qualities. So I hope this helped. Please make sure that you hit the subscribe button. Please make sure, if you have any questions or if you need help with any dating coaching, to please email me at info@vinelifecoaching.com. Again, my name is Erica J. Holston. I am a certified dating and relationship coach. I hope that this has helped you, again, to think about things a little bit differently. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button, and I hope that you have a happy dating journey. Take care.